Amazon PPC system behind $14 million in 3 months for a large outdoor brand. This Amazon PPC strategy helped a large outdoor niche brand generate more than $14 million in 3 months on Amazon. But the important part is not the revenue number. The important part is the system behind it. Because once a brand reaches this size, PPC is no longer about launching campaigns, lowering ACoS, or finding the magic keywords. This brand had a complex catalog: pond equipment, replacement parts, pumps, water treatment products, accessories, seasonal outdoor demand. Some products needed aggressive visibility. Some products needed margin protection. Some products needed compatibility control because shoppers were buying the wrong replacement parts. And some products should have never been judged by the same ACoS targets as the rest of the catalog. The strategy was not optimize everything. The strategy was build a PPC system where every product, campaign, keyword, and budget had a clear reason to exist. Let me break down how that worked. The strategy started with business goals, not campaigns. Most PPC conversations start at too low level. Brands ask, what campaign should we launch? But that is usually the wrong first question. The better question is, what are we trying to accomplish with this product right now? For this brand, not every product had the same job. A core product had a different business role than a replacement product. A high-ticket filtration system had a different margin structure than a very small water treatment product. A compatible accessory had a different strategic performance than the main hero product. So before touching bids, the account had to be organized by business intent. Some products were there to drive revenue. Some products were there to defend existing demand. Some were there to support compatibility and prevent customers from buying the wrong item. Some were there to capture demand when the outdoor category volume spiked. Your campaign structure should follow your business strategy, not the other way around. If you want to pressure test whether your Amazon Action account has a structure, look at your campaigns and ask one simple question. Can someone explain why each campaign exists? If the answer is no, you probably don't have a PPC strategy. You have activity, and activity is expensive on Amazon. Once the product level goals were clear, the PPC account had to be split into buckets, not by random campaign naming, but by actual strategic purpose. For this brand, the main buckets look something like this: brand defense, protecting the demand that already existed. When shoppers were searching for the brand or for specific lines, the goal was not discovery. The goal was control. Non-branded growth, capturing shoppers searching more generally for outdoor products. This included broader category terms where CPCs were more expensive, conversion rates were lower, but the long-term upside was much bigger. Compatibility product targeting. This was especially important because the catalog had products that needed to work together correctly. For example, shoppers might buy a replacement part that looked similar but did not fit the unit they owned. So product targeting was not just about sales, it was about guiding shoppers to the correct companion product and reducing confusion. Ranking support. Some campaigns existed specifically to support visibility on priority items. Those campaigns could not be judged the same way as pure profit campaigns. Profit campaigns. These campaigns were focused on proven search terms, proven ASINs, and controlled spend. Their job was not to discover new demand. Their job was to protect margin. Not every campaign should be judged by the same ACoS target, because not every campaign has the same job. We stopped treating ACoS like the final boss. One of the biggest mistakes large brands make is treating ACoS like the final answer. ACoS is useful, don't get me wrong, but it is incomplete. For this brand, a campaign at 35 to 40% ACoS could still be strategically valuable if it was helping a hero product hold visibility during peak outdoor season. At the same time, a campaign at 15-20% ACoS could still be a problem if it was only spending on easy branded traffic while avoiding the harder non-branded terms the brand actually needed to grow. So we looked beyond ACoS. We looked at tacos, contribution margin, product role, seasonality, organic position, ad share, inventory, and catalog priorities. Some PPC spend was defensive, some PPC spend was research, and those cannot all be judged by the same number. If you do every campaign by the same ACoS target, you will accidentally cut the campaigns that help you grow and protect campaigns that only make you feel comfortable. The real edge was data interpretation. At this scale, the brand was not lacking data. They had too much data. Search reports, placement data, budget utilization, keyword rank movements, conversion rate changes, CPC inflation, competitor pressure, organic versus paid sales mix. The hard part was not finding more reports. The hard part was knowing which signals actually matter. For example, if a non-branded keyword had a rising CPC but also a strong conversion rate and better organic rec movement, it might still deserve more budget. But if a product targeting campaign looked efficient only because it was capturing demand that would have converted anyway, that needed to be treated differently. The same goes for replacement parts and accessories. If customers were buying the wrong size or incompatible item, PPC had to support the right buying path, not just chase cheap clicks. At scale, PPC is less about finding one hidden keyword and more about knowing what to do with the signals that actually deserve your attention. The optimization system, the account was not managed by random bid changes. It was managed through a decision system. That meant bid changes based on performance thresholds, budget allocation based on campaign role, search term harvesting, negative keyword cleanup, keyword isolation, placement adjustments, SKU level analysis, margin aware decision making, and weekly rhythm review. But the most important thing was context. If a keyword was spending, we needed to know why. If a bid was increased, we need to know what goal it supported. If a campaign was losing efficiency, we needed to know whether that was waste, seasonality, rank investment, or competitive pressure. This is where semi-automation matters. Software can help process recommendations faster, but someone still needs to understand why the move should happen, because blind automation just creates expensive chaos fast. Why this worked at $14 million scale. This worked because the brand was too large and too complex for beginner-level PPC management. You cannot manage a multi-million-dollar outdoor catalog like a small FBA account with 5 SKUs. The margin for error was different. A bad budget allocation decision could burn thousands of dollars quickly. A poorly structured product targeting campaign can push shoppers toward the wrong product. A flawed ACoS target can suffocate growth on one SKU while overspending on another. A campaign that looks bad in isolation might be helping protect category position. And a campaign that looks good in isolation might not be helping that business at all. This is why the system mattered. The revenue did not come from one clever bid change. It comes from connecting PPC to the rest of the business. Product economics, inventory, search behavior, seasonality, catalog structure, customer buying path. This is what mature Amazon PPC actually looks like. The $14 million did not come from one magic keyword. It did not come from one campaign setting, and it definitely did not come from blindly lowering ACoS. It came from having the right structure, the right decision-making process, and the right connection between PPC and the actual business. If your agency is only talking about campaigns and ACoS, they are most definitely missing the bigger picture. If you want to understand whether your PPC account is actually built around strategy or just activity, click the first link in the description below and see how we can audit your account. If you want to see what happens when an account has too much activity and none of structure, watch this next video where we break down the mistakes we found in a failing PPC account and how we rebuilt it.